Hey y'all, welcome back to Shady Conversations, where we speak the truths most women keep tucked away. I'm your host, the Legacy Curator, Shaina Mowatt. Whether it's your first time tuning in or you've been riding with me since the beginning, this platform is all about shamelessly amplifying the unspoken truths of womanhood, and today's episode is another step on that journey. Let's get into it. We have our first guest today, and by no surprise is it Miss Sharissa.
Hey everybody.
If you know, you know. And one thing I know for sure about our relationship, despite anything, no matter what new endeavor one of us is exploring, we're going to be right there supporting each other.
Mm-hmm.
So thank you for making an appearance today.
Of course.
All right, so tell the listeners, who is you?
My name is Sharissa, and I'm an esthetician at 10 Skin in Baltimore. So I love focusing on my client's skin. I love to advise others on their skin. And outside of that, I am just your average, beautiful Jamaican, top tier, bad girl.
Okay, but yeah.
No pressure, all pressure.
All right, so with that being said, all right, let me explain first.
Okay.
So with all of my guests, I want this experience to feel as natural as possible. So I have a little questionnaire that I sent to you guys. Mm-hmm. You know, you got it.
Yes.
And you fill that out. And based on what you share with me as far as what womanhood has taught you, let me say so far, because you did drop a gem, which was that womanhood is a spectrum and is a constant journey. I took notes.
Listen.
And I completely agree with that, because bars, yeah.
Yeah, it is a spectrum. And it's, it's one of those things where you kind of feel like you should have this playbook and this journal of everything that womanhood is supposed to be, but it's not. Sometimes you figure it out in your 30s. Sometimes you figure it out early. Sometimes you figure it out in your 50s.
Yeah, I was just about to say, that timeline, deadline.
Yeah, there's no such thing. There's no set timeline for anybody. And it's so easy to get caught up in a timeline because, women's biological clocks.
Right.
But there's no timeline. You can wake up tomorrow and decide that you want to be something else. And you can do it.
Yeah, no, for sure.
That is the beauty of it.
So based off of what you shared with me, I then choose the talk topic. Okay. And so I'm calling today's episode Silent Struggle.
Silent struggle. I like that.
You like that? What do you think that means to you, though? To
me, that means the struggles that you go through where you don't really talk about it. You don't really tell anyone what you're enduring. You're people see the end result of your experiences, but they're not really seeing the nitty gritty and everything that you've already experienced and gone through. So that's what the silent struggle means to me. It's everything that you're dealing with on the inside.
Do I know how to pick a title or what?
You do.
Okay.
I love that.
Okay. Because from my perspective, the greatest silent struggle that women face universally is probably loneliness. Mm-hmm. And I think that the biggest trigger of loneliness, I'm not a doctor or professional or anything like that, but the biggest trigger of loneliness tends to be loss. Mm-hmm. Whether it be death or the end of a meaningful relationship, platonic or romantic, mm-hmm. or even losing yourself.
Yeah, I do agree with you. I think that loss, it definitely has a huge impact on women's journey, and it can come in many different forms, as you mentioned, platonic or intimate relationships. And, as we're growing, we're either losing friends or you may be lucky enough to maintain the same group of friends that you started out with. But, most people, they're going through a loss of any kind, and it definitely can make you feel very lonely. Sometimes you also don't know how to talk about it. You don't know how to really go to somebody and say, I'm feeling kind of lonely because I lost my friends. How do you start that conversation? They gonna look at you like you're bitter, like loser. Don't make some new friends. Right. I'm trying, but I'm a little alone. I'm sorry.
You weirdo, get away from me. What?
It's like, I'm sorry. Let me just put the A on my chest.
Did you lose some friends? Crybaby self.
Look at the loser.
But as we joke about it, it's a really real feeling. Cause it happens, especially as you're going through life changes. Mm-hmm. You're growing, you're evolving. Sometimes your friends don't grow or evolve, or they grow and evolve in a different direction.
And so
you really do experience loss there. So tell us about like a specific loss that impacted you the most. Any direction you want to take it.
So I would say a loss that really impacted me the most was a friend that I had when I was in high school. We were friends for a really long time, and our friendship, we just kind of ended up growing apart for a variety of reasons, but one of the main things was I like to keep my business to myself, and it had just gotten to a point where if I'm hearing my business from other people that I didn't share my business with, I don't like that. And it was just something that I had to make a decision to walk away from, despite the fact that this was somebody that I thought we were gonna have a friendship for a very long time, and it kind of sucks when you have a friendship for that long and it's like, well, dang, like now we gotta end our friendship. Like that sucks,
Yeah.
but I had to make that choice, and it was very difficult because when you have a friendship for that long, like that's somebody you spend a lot of time with. So like you want to hang out with them, you want to kick it with them, and do stuff. But I made other friends, and I just started. I was just outside. Like, I be treating friendship breakups like real breakups. They hurt. They hurt deep. So I was outside. I was going out. I was partying.
Nah,
I was like,
outside.
I was outside.
She was
I was
grieving.
grieving. Okay, but like it was difficult. But then I also understood the reason why I walked away from this friendship, and understanding that part helped me to cope with it a lot better because you grow away from people, like, you grow apart, and it's okay to grow apart from others, and as hard as it is, you just have to make a decision for yourself, like, while I love this person, I wish them the best, like, Imma love you from over here, like, you do well, I will never wish bad on you, but I'm also not gonna keep you in my circle because I feel like at this point, I can't trust you, and if I can't trust you, then there's really no point in continuing a friendship with you.
This episode is brought to you by me, your legacy curator, Shaina Mowatt. I'm not just here to talk about growth, identity, and purpose. I help you build the life you're praying for in real time. As a real estate professional, mortgage originator, and financial strategist, I guide individuals and families through the decisions that shape legacy. From purchasing a home to restructuring debt to creating a financial plan that feels doable, intentional, and God-led. Whether you're buying your first home, trying to understand what you can actually qualify for, wanting to utilize real estate as a wealth building tool, preparing for a new season financially, or just tired of trying to figure it out alone, I'm here to help you move from overwhelmed to overprepared. If you're ready to stop guessing and start building, you can connect with me directly at yourlegacycurator.com or click the link in the show notes. Because legacy isn't something you leave behind, it's something you're building right now. All right, back to the episode. Heavy on that. I mean, I have friends from high school who I'm still friends with now, but I've had a specific friend from high school who was like, we all go through our growing pains and stuff.
Yeah.
But she was like, I just can't see you doing good in life right now. And I was like, all right, well, bye. Because I'm not gonna stop doing good in life. I mean, not saying that's the same situation for you, but it's like,
But that's still painful though.
yeah, it
Because it's
is.
like when that's your girl, like that's your
Yeah.
friend, and it's like, well, dang, like you can't even be around for like the good stuff.
Right.
Yeah, that's really unfortunate. And unfortunately, it does happen where you'll have friends who they just don't want to see you do well. Like if you're doing better than them, like they feel as though that's an attack on them. And it's not that way, but some people they just can't be happy for you if they're not doing as well as you. And it's unfortunate, but you just gotta part ways with them and just be like, you know what? I really value the experience that I had with you. I really value the time that we spent together. And thank you for being a friend to me at one point in my life. And you were there for me, supporting me. And I also acknowledge that we've grown apart and our journeys just no longer coincide. But I'm not gonna hold malice towards you for it. So yeah, it's just learning how to mourn it and just, in most cases, be healthy about it. That would be the preferred choice, However you get there, once you get there, you got there.
You're there.
You're there.
You're in there.
Actually,
She's like, hold on. Before I lie to y'all.
that was one of them. But honestly, to touch on a more sensitive subject, I think the biggest loss that I felt, which I think I mourned and was also able to repair, was between me and you at one point.
Ooh, that's deep.
Yeah, that's deep.
That's deep, but we could talk about that.
Yeah.
All right. So to give you guys a little bit of backstory, Sharissa is okay. Backstory. Sharissa was my girl. I'm not in a bad way. Like, she's my girl now, but I'm saying, like, Sharissa was my girl. Like, if you saw me, you saw her.
That was 21, 22.
Literally. So me and her, like, we would go everywhere together. We would do everything together, and kind of like codependent.
Yeah.
Like, in a
we
sense.
literally, like, Shaina would be texting me like, hey, like, what are we doing today? Like, we would be hanging out with each other constantly.
Right. Like, I'm going here. I'm going here. Are you coming with me? And of course, it was always a yes.
Yeah.
Or, you know, just whatever. Like, whatever was going on in our lives. She was the first person to know about my life, and I was the first person to know about her life,
Yeah.
whatever the case was. We were spending the night at each other's house. Like,
I lived with her. Like, at one point, literally. I was like, oh, I got problems at home. I'm moving in.
Yeah, like, we was two peas in a pod.
Yeah.
So that was our relationship. Very codependent. And a certain situation happened where it's like we kind of had to separate. And I feel like it was necessary.
I do agree. I think it was necessary for us to separate because, like you said, like we did have some codependency, but at the time, I didn't feel like we needed to. So it just felt like we just had beef.
Hold on, wait. Because you didn't feel like we needed to, but
I didn't feel like we needed to. It was because I was angry. And I make decisions. I'm not saying it was a good choice. And I'm not saying that we parted willingly. I'm just saying that I went through it afterwards.
Okay. So we went our separate ways for a bit. And now it's like we kind of rekindled the relationship slowly, but now it's like we're kind of diving back in. Like, we're homegirls again. You know what I'm saying? Like, she cool. She can come to the cookout.
I was going to be there anyway, but now I ain't too shy. Like, I ain't going to avoid her and, like, avoid the daggers. Like, it ain't. I'm not going to be nervous about, like, if I'm having a conversation and she's just going to be like.
And mind you, like, we're blood cousins. So imagine Thanksgiving and two cousins who used to be super close are now
no longer speaking.
Yeah, like,
it was just like weird energy in the whole house. I would come over to the house, literally, like my uncle at one point was just like, "It's so good to have you back around. Like, we haven't seen you in so long." That's how much I distanced myself because I was like, "Well, she's not messing with me. I'm not messing with her." Yeah. But everything was at their house, like,
yeah, because my house was the fun house, and it's like also. Like, people be asking me where's Sharissa at, and I be like, I don't know. Don't ask me about her. Don't ask me about her. I didn't say it like that, but in my head, that's where I was at with things.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what she's doing. Don't ask me about her. All right, so we don't have to get into the specifics of things, but basically, at that time when we kind of separated, like,
I was on some dumb stuff.
Yeah,
like that's what it was. So we can get into it.
Oh God. We don't have to get into it.
We don't gotta go like all nitty gritty in it, but like we can get into it. Like,
I mean, it's your story to tell. It's your story to tell. It is.
Basically, I was just going through some things. Now, I'm not saying I believe in astrology, but I'm a Scorpio. Scorpios, they be feeling stuff really. She's a Pisces, so our relationship makes sense, right? How close we were, because I feel like we just
that's what they say.
That's what they say. But me, when I feel things deep. And so I was just going through things. And at the time, it just felt like I was kind of dealing with it by myself. Now, granted, I didn't speak up about it, but I kind of felt like, well, you should be in tune. Like, you should know, like, what's going on with me. And I should have said something and spoke about, like, what I was going through. But everything kind of exploded, like, after a night out. And, like, it just kind of continued from there downhill. And I kind of took like her actions kind of like a betrayal and kind of like an abandonment. And I never really told her exactly what I was feeling, but I kind of just was like, well, if this is how you're gonna act, like I'm gonna just distance myself. And that's exactly what I did. I didn't go about it the best way. But me, like, if I'm hurt, I don't want to see you. I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to have nothing to do with you. I'm just gonna stay here and simmer in depression. And that's what I did. Simmered in depression.
So, I mean, why did you feel like you had to go through that by yourself? Whatever it was, like, why did you feel like you had to go through it by yourself?
I think it was just really hard. It was things that I was just facing from external factors, like a previous relationship, just like things that I was still trying to process at that time because around that time it maybe had been about 2 or 3 years since, but it was still kind of fresh in my mind. Like, and it was just certain things that just continued to snowball just within my own family setting and like outside of that.
Yeah.
And it kind of felt like at one point when I felt like maybe like I don't think you had interpreted it as me coming to you, but like in my head I was like, well, I came to you and I tried to talk, but
I was
like
so lost. I was
I
so
came
lost.
in like and I tried to like in
I
my
was
own
like,
way.
we outside, we having a good time. Now all of a sudden you're depressed and you don't want to talk to nobody.
And
I don't
like
know what's going on.
I took it completely different. And this is why I say like how people interpret things differently because she probably looked at it as one way and I completely interpreted it as something completely different. It's like, well, you're not really like trying to hear me or like support me. And like I took it completely different. And I simmered in that because I was like, well, if I'm feeling like this and everything else that I'm dealing with and you're not understanding because like you saw like the result of everything, but you didn't really know like what was going on behind it. And I kind of felt embarrassed even just talking about like a previous relationship and things that I had gone through at that time. So it was like, but I don't think I really knew what was really triggering me. I think I was just acting on my emotions because like I know I'm feeling this way. I don't know why, but I know I know I'm feeling something.
This is how I feel. You should know why.
You should know.
I don't know why,
like,
but you should
know
know
me.
why.
Like you should know. And I mean, it was definitely unfair.
And
but
I mean,
like,
okay, well, let me at least give you a little leeway because I know with myself when people are going through things, I'm kind of cold because I'm cold on myself. Like I feel like, all right, just get over the shit. Like, you know what I mean? And I'm not saying that's healthy or nothing like that, but that's the personality that I have. Like I will talk through things with you up to an extent. And once I feel like we're over talking it, it's like, all right, Trisha, you gotta woman up. Like,
yeah.
you know.
And I'm not there. I'd be like, I still want to talk about it
Right.
emotionally. I'm still feeling it. Like, do you
Right,
not
right.
see the tears in my eyes? Like, no, but like, I and because we were so codependent, and because like we had such a close relationship, it was just one of those things that, yeah, like you can bare your soul to somebody, but I still felt I don't think I'd really accepted the things that I had gone through in that relationship and things that were surfacing at that time. And it was like, girl, me and the alcohol, we were a little bit of besties. So like I was
A little
spiraling
bit,
and
just a
like
little bit.
people were seeing me kind of spiraling, but like nobody really knew. I guess they just, figured, oh, it's just Sharissa. She just doing what she doing, like
Well,
whatever.
no. We saw and we tried to talk to you, and you would lash out.
Yeah.
You'd be like, "No, it's not." And okay, don't get me wrong. I'm not putting alcoholism on you because I don't think it was that. I just, like you said, I feel like you were going through some things.
I was looking for escapes. Like
Yeah, and but like we were aware that like things weren't okay, but you didn't want to hear that we knew that things weren't okay. But at the same time, you wanted us to know.
I was battling. It was like a constant battle. Like, help me, but like, don't tell me that y'all know what's
Right.
wrong.
Don't
Just like
tell
be
me
there.
you know, just know.
Yeah, and it's like me. I kind of want. Sometimes I want silent support. That's kind of how I handle things. Sometimes, like sometimes I don't always want to get to like I will eventually. Usually, like I'll eventually talk about whatever is bothering me. But sometimes I just want to have that blind support.
What does silent support look like though? Blind support. What does that look like?
It's just kind of, well, I guess it's kind of enabling a little bit, which is not
Here,
okay.
here, take some more shots. Like you're fine.
It's not okay. But it was, you know what? I don't know. But I think if I'm being really honest, because this podcast is about honesty.
Yeah, for sure.
I was in an abusive relationship, like previously. And throughout like my whole 20s, because I'm 32 this year, throughout my whole 20s, it was a lot of things that even now, like memories surface, and I'm just like, oh, well, that did happen. That's crazy. And it was like, at that time, I was just going through a lot of just trying to process like everything. Like you hear about people who go through abusive relationships and things like that, and you never think that it's gonna be you. And when it does happen, you kind of feel embarrassed in a way, or you feel like, oh, I can't let nobody really know. Like I don't want nobody to know that's what I went through. But emotionally, like it was impacting me. And it was hard, but it was like, like, oh, if we vibing and we going outside and we having fun, but like it just escalated. And I think the situation at the time, how it escalated at the time, I wasn't processing like why was even escalating like that. And how everything played out afterwards, I felt so alone that it was like I just continued to just like enclose myself in like this protective ball of just like me and my emotions. Because it was like, well, y'all might want to be there for me, but it's like y'all are I also felt like y'all it was misunderstood. Like everything that I was feeling was just misunderstood. Like everything, I just felt like it was just a big misunderstanding. And I just kind of I just wanted to protect myself. And even outside of like you and like your sister and everything, I just wanted to it was like things in within my own family dynamic that was spiraling. And I was like, I feel like I'm losing my footing. I feel like I can't catch my breath.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm getting hit from all sides.
Right.
And then now I feel like my sister, my twin, like now there's like this division, and I don't want to deal with nobody or nothing no more. Like I'm
Right.
just gonna keep to myself and just like that's just it. And that's what I did because it felt safe that way. And it felt like a protection. And so I just distanced myself from everything because it was like, I just don't think y'all understand. And y'all couldn't y'all couldn't understand, but like I was just feeling all the emotions, everything all at once. And it was hard. Um and so that's really how things got to where it did.
Right.
Me and my emotions just like simmering.
Oof.
Emotions are a powerful
Them
thing.
emotions, man.
Them emotions.
What if the one thing you've been avoiding is actually the exact life-changing tool you've been searching for? If you cringe whenever you hear finances or life insurance, it's time to change the narrative. Life insurance isn't about death, it's about stability while you're living. It's how you make sure your family is protected, your business stays afloat, your responsibilities don't fall on loved ones, and your dreams remain intact even when life shifts unexpectedly. At Life by Design Financial, we show families, entrepreneurs, and nonprofits how to leverage life insurance for real freedom. That's asset protection, long-term stability, community impact, and legacy that actually outlives you. Your purpose deserves structure, your dreams deserve protection, your family deserves peace. If you're ready to stop avoiding the conversation and start building your life by design, let's talk. Connect with Life by Design Financial today. Your future will thank you. All right, back to the episode.
Because so you touched on two things: the abusive relationship and then our relationship. How did you cope with both of them? How did you cope with after you ended that relationship? How did you cope afterwards? And then how did you cope with like me and you not talking anymore?
After the relationship ended, I like the abusive relationship. Like it once that ended, I kind of just tried to forget about everything. Like I had blocked him on everything, and this was back in what, like 2016. I just moved back home. So it was I kind of just dissociated.
Disassociated.
Yeah, I just completely closed off like that past. Like
Just never look
I
back.
just never looked back. And I mean, like I dipped. I did like
did a
one,
double
but
dip.
yeah, I did a double dip,
But I
and
didn't look back.
and I'm not saying that it was a good thing, but like it also kind of it showed me like how damaged I was in a sense, but I didn't want to feel damaged, and it wasn't really something that I really knew how to like. I didn't know how to like process it. So I kind of just shut off everything as far as that relationship goes. And I just went about my life. I just pretended like it never happened.
Yeah.
You know? Um And like I said, it took a while for me to even accept the fact that that relationship at face value was what it was, because I denied it for so long. So it's like when things started coming up, like I had times when I would literally just be like crying. I'm like,
Yeah.
girl, why are you crying right now? Like, what is wrong with you? Like, you going through what is wrong? But
And a lot of women actually, I mean, not just women, but this is a women's podcast. So a lot of women actually experience that, where it's like they're going through something, or they've kind of like blocked their mental off to something, and they just start crying. They don't even know why.
yeah,
I
like
found myself in that space before as well.
it's difficult. It's very hard. And like I just girl, I was just bawling my eyes. I don't know why I'm crying. And so when we ended up like when things happened between us and like our friendship ended up splitting, like, that division happened, it was like I didn't cope with it very well. Girl, and I said you want to talk about tears? I was crying. But like I wanted to be tough because I'm like, well, if it's gonna be like this, then it's just gonna be like that. And I try to be like tough about it, but like on the inside, I was crying. I was crying on Instagram. Don't cry on Instagram, y'all, please. Like, I do not recommend. But
This shows how like different we are right here, because she's crying on Instagram about our relationship, and I'm over here like, I don't need no friends, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, which I guess is a cry in a different way, but I'm toxic as hell. I'd be like, man, forget you, da 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 da. Like, I don't need you. I got me. Like,
man, I would think I'm like that. I'd be like, you know what? Like but then I would like start drinking my wine because I'm, also at this point I'm living with my parents. I'm in my room and I'm like drinking my wine, and then the feels start hitting me, and I'm just like, I'm just crying. I'm like, and I really miss her, but I'm not gonna hit her up because like I
and
just
at this point, she had me blocked, and I never blocked her, but I did unfollow her.
And I really took that to heart. So I was like, oh, she gonna unfollow me.
Ain't that toxic?
Yeah.
She blocked me.
Listen, I changed my number. I didn't want nobody talking to me. Like,
I had no contact with this girl. And
yeah.
people are hitting me up like, oh, what's your new number? And I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah, I spiraled. I spiraled. Like my emotions, I've always felt like my emotions very, very deep. And it took a long time. I think throughout my 20s, I learned how to really handle those emotions and how to really talk myself through what I'm feeling and understand what I'm feeling and pinpoint what's the cause of those emotions. But in my 20s, like learning that and that healing process, I was just spiraling like every other day. I was doing well. Like outside, people would be like, "You're so happy. You're doing so well." In my head, I'm like, "Do you know?
Do you know what's going on?
Do you know what's going on in my head right now?" But no,
Yes.
it was very, very challenging.
I think that alone adds like an extra pressure, like the pressure to have it all together, because people are
Yeah.
telling you that you
Mhm.
look like you have it all together. So it's like, all
Yeah.
right, I'm gonna just keep my stuff to myself. I'm gonna struggle in silent because everybody else thinks I got it together. So let me just keep playing like I got it together.
I ain't do it. I was trying. I was trying. I was like, I'm gonna put my best foot forward. But it's like when I wanted to talk to somebody about something, like I wanted to text her. I wanted to like, and me, how I did my apology route was I apologized to like everyone else around, but like getting to her and like trying to even have that conversation with her, knowing that she just don't bang with me. Like in my head, I was like, Shaina is not forgiving. I'm not having that. I was like, I can have that conversation with everybody else, but I cannot have that conversation with her. I was like, she is, and at this point, it's not gonna work. And I just resigned myself to that and cried about it.
So from my perspective, it's funny because it's like I saw what you were doing because I know you. I was like, she just trying to make her way back in. She just trying to make her way back in. I was like, but I'm like, the done data. Like, I was like, she didn't come talk to me. She need to come talk to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, she talked to you, but she ain't come talk to me. So no. I'm toxic, y'all.
And I knew how she is. So it's like I knew if I didn't have that conversation with her, it wasn't gonna be nothing.
Nothing.
But in my head, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna apologize to the people that I felt like I lashed out on inappropriately. But then I was like, between me and her, I was like, she should have known and she should have understood. So I was like, that was the hardest conversation for me to have. But it took a while for us to even get to this point too, because like
I think we weren't talking for almost 3 years.
Yeah, it was like 2+ years. COVID hit, and like so I think it was literally the February before COVID, and then COVID happened, and I just it was like throughout COVID we just weren't speaking, weren't talking, no
and
nothing.
Y'all know February is my birthday too. So
Yeah,
I was real mad,
and it was like her birthday came around, and I was just like, we ain't even talking right now. I'm not even like. And I think it was around that time that I realized that we weren't following each other or something. I was like, well, she don't follow me, I'm not gonna follow her. Like, I'm in my head, I'm thinking, well, happy birthday. I think I texted you happy birthday, and you didn't respond or something. I was like, well, I texted her. Like, she just not gonna.
I'm not.
Yeah, and that was my way. Like for me, after everything, that was like my way of trying to offer an olive branch, because this was just like a couple weeks after everything had happened.
Yeah.
And I was trying to offer the olive branch because, like, I was still dealing with everything that I was dealing with outside of the relationship, outside of our dissolving. And that was like my way of being like, okay, I'm trying. But then like she just was like, I don't give a fuck. And so from that point, I was like, well, I don't give a fuck either.
So and the thing is, like, I knew you. I know you, and I knew you. I saw your effort. But I felt like you knew me enough to know that you owed me an apology.
Yeah.
Because of how close we were.
Mm-hmm.
But I got the apology. I gave you a hard time when you gave me the apology, but I was like, that's my girl, I miss her. 3 years later, I was like, yeah, we gonna be locked back in. And then now we're here, and yeah. But okay, so I mean, you touched on like the relationship with your friend who y'all are no longer in contact with.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, the abusive ex who I'm assuming you're no longer in contact with.
Definitely.
Okay, cool. Just had to make sure. I was like, hold on, let me check in real quick.
We don't fuck with any.
That's a whole nother podcast episode, but I'm saying, like, I had to check in real quick, make sure you're still not in contact with him. And then we touched on me, where it's like it got kind of rekindled. Okay, so from Sharissa back then to Sharissa now, what did that like evolution type healing have to look like?
That healing, I had to really face a lot of things that I pushed down. And it came from me as the emotional type of person that I am, like, and sometimes I take things to heart that really don't got to be taken to heart. But like, even outside of that, familial dynamics and, really facing what I actually dealt with in that relationship. Once I started confronting those things, like, I had a lot of nights where I was just crying, like, even thinking about it. And like, it was a lot of apologies, but apologies to myself. And also just like, me being grateful to myself for being so strong to go through everything that I went through and still be able to be here. Because I'm not gonna lie, like it got to a point, like, your girl is by God's grace I'm here. Like, and I don't say that lightly. So me being here is a blessing in itself, because there were times even during that healing process when I was facing the things that I went through that I didn't want to be. And it was very difficult to even like face that feeling, because it's like I didn't feel like it was much to really keep me here, because I felt so alone. I felt like it was just me and myself fighting against everything in this world.
Yeah.
And I really had to just like, I started really being there for myself first and foremost. I started just, really focusing on the good things and like focusing on how well I've done. Like, I started congratulating myself on things. I started having conversations. Me and myself, we be having conversations. Like, we besties.
You date yourself too.
I
noticed that.
listen, yeah. I be
go on
going out.
several
I be going
dates.
outside on dates. Like, I be taking myself to the movies. I go and I eat. I be having my food. Somebody try to talk to me. I'm like, you don't see me eating here by myself. Like,
I'm on a good date right now.
You waiting on somebody? You don't see me eating by myself right now. Leave me alone.
Me and myself are
good. Like, we locked in. Okay. But I had to really focus on myself and rediscovering myself, and even rediscovering the things that I liked, like rediscovering my hobbies, relearning myself. Like, I felt so disconnected throughout my 20s. Like, it was a lot of times I was looking in the mirror and I was just like, I don't recognize who this girl is. Like, I don't know her. And I feel like I had lost my sense of self, and I had to rediscover that. And It was a lot of like conversations and just talking to myself. Like, even when I was thinking of the memories and things that I had gone through, I had to like pat myself on the back, but also, even though I felt shame, I had to remind myself, like, it's not your fault. Like, you didn't ask to be in that position. And I'm sorry that you went through that. You didn't deserve it. And I think once I started believing that, like, I said it to myself constantly because I didn't believe it at first. Like, you feel like you deserve some of those things. But once I got to the point where I was like, no, like, you don't deserve that. You deserve happiness. You deserve to be loved. You deserve somebody who's going to care about you. You deserve to be surrounded by love. And you deserve to exude love. Like, you are loved and you are loved. And once I started getting to that point, it got a lot easier to face those things and kind of removing myself from the mindset of like, oh, well, this happened to me. And I'm just like gonna forget about it, to this happened to me, but I acknowledge it and now I'm moving forward. Now I know the type of person that I would want to be with. Now I know the type of person that I am. And I had to learn myself first and foremost and really love myself first and foremost before anything else. And so that's what my healing journey looked like. It was a lot of naked conversations, really bearing my soul to myself. And it also helped when I finally opened up about what I went through to the people around me. And even like having that support system, it really helped to like have the support system that I did. And my girls, like, they really kept me locked in and kept me focused. Like, feeling that love around me allowed me to like pour into myself even more. And I think when we rekindled our friendship as well, like, it kind of felt like there was this piece that was missing, and like we finally
She
like
loves me.
reconnected.
Aw,
I
she
love
loves
her. So y'all, like, we was separate. I was like, I miss her, but I ain't gonna do it.
Right.
Like, look, friendship breakups didn't hold a candle to like the breakup that we had. I was like, what am I supposed to do in my life?
Because we're not just like friends, but
Like,
we're blood family.
yeah, we're
like,
family. And like,
yeah.
I don't have a sister. Like, Shaina's the closest thing that I had to a sister. So I was just like, what am I gonna do? Like, oh my gosh.
Hey investors and future moguls, looking to grow your real estate network and learn from active deal makers right here in Maryland? Well, your host, the Legacy Curator, Shaina Mowatt, and my team at First Step Financial Services have launched a real estate investors club. This is not your average sit and take notes meetup. Nah, this is real conversations, real strategies, real funding, and real deal makers linking up in real time. Whether you're just curious or you're ready to lock in your first flip, your first rental, or you true to this and not new to this, you can join us once a month in Columbia, Maryland. We're not just teaching real estate, we're creating a network of investors who look out for each other and win together. The wealth you want is built in rooms like this. Learn, network, invest. Find us on Instagram at That's So Shaina or at You Take the First Step to be notified on our next meetup. All right, back to the episode.
I feel healed. Like, I feel like I confronted a lot of things, and it's easier for me to talk about it now because it was very hard to talk about it before. So, yeah, you get out of here. We out here flourishing.
Okay, healed.
We love that.
No, but I love that. You said two things that really stuck out, and the first thing is, even though you were struggling in silence, like you might not have told everybody what was going on with you, your village around you was very important. You said your friends kept you grounded. But then also rediscovering yourself. And that stuck out because that's what I call, that's kind of like my basis for this podcast, which started as my vlog, which is My Ugly 30 Truth, which is my era of life of rediscovering myself, but not in the same sense like postpartum.
Yeah.
Like having to
like as a
relearn,
mom and relearning
and
like who you are outside of a
and
mom and
exactly like getting back to the things that I love doing, and like actually even with this podcast putting my dreams in action type thing. So
really like making it about you, like
exactly
being in a selfish period, and not in a bad way.
No,
But like a selfish period, because that's needed.
yeah.
Us as women, like, it's very important for us to have those moments like where we know who we are. Cause like when we start adding on these different labels like mom, friend, like it's so easy for us to get lost in all of that we forget, okay, like, who am I? Without all of that, like, who am I? And so, girl, like, it's important to be selfish. I'm
You gotta be.
you gotta be.
You gotta be. And
It's not a negative thing at all. Like, be
I think
selfish.
that the older that I get, the more predominantly that shows up. Like,
Mhm.
just choose you.
Just choose you.
Just choose you.
Because I mean, if you don't choose yourself, then who is? You know, like
Yeah.
if you
Yeah.
don't choose you, who is? Like you're demanded people demand different things of you, but it's like even though they may choose you in a different way, like they're what they demand of you is different.
Mhm.
It's like they demand things of you as a mom, or like they'll
Mhm.
demand things of you as like a
The different hats
businesswoman.
that you
Like it's
wear. But
yeah,
you as the whole
you
person,
as a whole
who's gonna
person,
choose
like
that whole
who's gonna choose
person?
you?
The
So
hurt, the sad, everything. Who's gonna choose
exactly,
that?
you
You
gotta
gotta
choose
choose it.
yourself. You gotta choose
Yeah.
yourself. So
So we I mean, you kind of spoke about like why you suffered in silence, and I appreciate you, talking about that.
mhm.
I think like women often feel that they have to suffer in silence because society has conditioned them to believe that strength equals endurance,
Mhm.
and that to be a strong woman means to push through pain, suppress emotions, and handle everything like without
We gotta be
complaining.
out here strong.
Like
We
that's what they
not out
say.
here. We not some super soldiers.
You
Like
know
we
how many
fragile.
times I can't
I'm
tell
just
you.
a
I
girl.
swear. I mean I promise you. I'm not gonna swear, but I promise you. Every time I tell somebody, yeah, I have twin boys, they're like, "Ooh, you are strong." I'm not.
No.
I'm not. I cry at night. Okay, I cry at
Like
night.
I do it. Like I love them, but
I love them every day.
no,
I
I'm
wake up
not
every
strong.
day ready to do it again. But no, I'm not. I cry. Okay,
Yeah,
it's hard.
it is hard.
But
I don't know where they got this idea that women are supposed to like have everything. Like
it's
we if
the
and men aren't
pressure.
supposed to
The
like
pressure of keeping it all together is
why?
crazy.
Dang,
But
we gotta deal with more stuff than men do. Like let them handle it.
this is a theory
Mhm.
why women kind of suffer in silence, and there's like the fear of judgment.
Yeah.
We worry that speaking about our struggles will make us seem weak, ungrateful, maybe even incapable.
Yeah.
And then there's cultural and generational expectations.
Heavy on the cultural as Jamaicans.
Listen,
As Jama-
because what? Don't let me tell
you
mama,
mean
grandmama
you
about
better
what's hard. They gonna be like, I had to walk up that hill to go to school and
It's like, but that was you.
barefoot.
We not the same. I am struggling. Like
Right. It's a
I'm
different
not.
struggle,
It's a
ma.
different
It's a different
struggle.
struggle.
We in a different age. Like you're struggling. My
Right.
struggle is different. Maybe you were built for it. I'm not
Right.
built for it, and I don't want
Right.
to be.
Exactly.
Like
And so, like, yeah, like families and cultures, they teach women to just deal with it because that's what the women before them did. We don't want to do that. We don't want to just
we
deal
don't
with
want to
it.
continue passing down like those traumas because it is trauma
Right.
at the end of the day. Like
Yeah.
that, it's an expectation that is, they're expecting these things of you, and it's just because of what in the past. But it's like, no, we're women, yes, and yeah, we may be able to handle a lot of things, but a lot of people can handle a lot of things.
Mhm.
Why is the expectation so heavy
On
on
me.
us?
Like, why I
Like,
gotta be okay?
why we gotta be okay? I want to cry. I want to sit down and cry about stuff. What you mean I gotta sit here and just like deal with it? I don't want to deal with this. I want everybody to know I'm feeling sad.
Let it be my older brother. Oh, he's just going through some things. Let it be me. Nah, you need to get it
Yeah.
together.
Yeah, exactly.
No shame to my brother. I love my brother. But I'm just saying, like, the men are just so praised culturally
Mhm.
in Jamaican families. I'm sure other cultures as well. I'm sure. Okay. I know y'all out there. I know y'all can listen, drop a comment. I know y'all relate to this. The men are so praised. And the
Yeah,
women are just supposed to be strong and poised and
that's that
you know,
patriarchy.
yeah. But okay. So there's also lack of safe spaces. And sometimes we don't share because we don't have like a supportive circle. And you
I do
kind of
agree
touched
with
on that.
that. Yeah.
And a supportive circle really allows you to be emotionally open without
And very
shame.
vulnerable. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, a lot of people they be like, man, I can't tell them this because I'm embarrassed or whatever the case
Yeah.
is.
I think that that fear of being viewed as weak, or that fear of being viewed as like,
Mm,
it's just it definitely makes you feel like you have to handle it, and not having a supportive system definitely makes you feel like you got to handle things by yourself. And it makes me really sad when I think about women, in our generation who are like, yeah, I don't have women friends and this, and I'm like, you don't know what you're missing. Like,
No,
I
sir.
love
I
my
need my
girls.
girls.
I need
I
them.
have like 3 or 4 different groups of girls, okay? I got my family, my
Mhm.
girls in my family, my sister cousins. I
Period.
got my real estate sisters. I
Mhm.
got my college friends. I got my high school friends.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? And then I have like my different groups, but I need all of them.
Yeah, and they all support you in different ways, but
Yeah.
like they support you and you need that like full support.
Mhm.
And when I hear that women, like there are women out here that do not have those friendships, I feel
I'm like,
terrible. I'm
sis, you want to
like,
be my friend?
yeah, like it's terrible.
No, it is
It's
for
very
real.
terrible because like it's important to have those women because one, women will understand what you're going through
Mhm.
and they will be there to support you and like they want to offer that help. And it just feels like when you can go out and it's like you might be dealing with something and maybe you don't want to talk about it, but we gonna go out and we gonna have a blast. And when we
Yeah.
get back, we might end up in that deep conversation and you end up
Right.
talking about it, but it's like it feels
Right.
so much better at
And
the
then
end of the
it's like
day.
also like even though you're struggling in silent, like other women are going through it too. And
Hmm.
sometimes they don't want to say it to you and you don't want to say it to them.
Yeah,
But it's like it's more common than not that they've
exactly.
either experienced or will experience something that you're dealing with as well. So it really helps for you to open up the conversation and be
Yeah.
like, "Hey, this is what I'm going through, sis." And then let them support you in any way that they can.
Yeah, I agree. Like, you don't know what other people are dealing with and how they can support you unless
Yeah.
you open up as well. And it's very, very important to have that support system. And it helps to be able to talk about things. Like, there's no reason for us to suffer in silence. Like, we really don't need to.
Yeah.
It's good when you can talk to somebody who has more experience, or maybe they don't have the experience, but they're just willing to listen and
Mhm.
they can offer you a different perspective that maybe you hadn't thought about before. And,
Mhm.
it's very refreshing. And sometimes you just want somebody that, like you might have your turn up friends. Like, these are the girls, like, you're going to go out with them, you're going to have a good time, and it's going to be that.
Yeah.
And that's important too. Like, however your circle forms, just have like a support system. That's very, very important.
Yeah. And like we as women often prioritize everyone else's needs over
Above
our
our
own. And
own.
then we start to
Hmm.
feel guilty for asking for help or
Yeah.
setting boundaries, or even we feel like um we might be a burden. So we don't want to do that.
Yeah. But it's like take up space.
Yeah. Take up
Take
space.
up
Take up
space.
space. Listen,
Share your emotions.
create
Like
your
make
own
them
table.
uncomfortable because at the end of the day, there's so much that's expected of us. And if we're struggling, like let's not struggle and deal with that all by ourselves. Like
Yeah.
take up space.
Yeah.
Share like let them like I feel overwhelmed and I do not want to do this. Like
Yeah.
I am not happy right now.
I
I
saw
need some
I
time.
saw this meme on Instagram and it completely changed my life. It was like, I don't want to be that girl that didn't ask for much anymore. You
Yeah.
know how people like, I don't ask for much.
Yeah. No, I asked for
That was
plenty.
no, yes, I'm asking for
I asked for A, B,
plenty.
C. Like I'm asking for all of this. And if you cannot meet it, then at least I know you can't meet it. But I'm asking.
Right.
I'm
Just
asking.
know
I don't.
this
Yeah.
is the type of relationships that I need to have. This is the type of
Mm-hmm.
support that I need to have. I deal with ABC XYZ and I need your support.
Closed mouths don't
ABC
get fed.
XYZ. Closed mouths don't get fed on
Period.
this boulevard.
Hey.
But no, for real, like take up space. I like that. I like
Yeah.
that you said that.
I think it's very important what you're doing as far as like even this podcast and
Oh,
like
thank
highlighting
you.
everything because I do agree that it is a lot that we as women like we go through and we don't really speak on it, and it's
Mhm.
really good to have that platform because somebody out there might need the advice or might need to hear the words that you're shedding light on, and that's
We,
great.
because you're a part of it now too. Oh, look at you on episode.
I'm
On this
on
episode.
a podcast. But it's very important, and I'm very happy to know that there are people out there that they might hear these words and they might feel encouraged and they might feel a little more emboldened to like take those steps to like open their mouths and like talk about what they're feeling or
Mm.
seek out those 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 communities that are really gonna have their backs and really keep them locked in and grounded. So you're doing a great job.
I'm glad thank you first and foremost. But I'm glad you said that because that's really the goal, is just to get these conversations going, normalize them, and let women know that they don't have to struggle in silence because they're not the only ones going through it.
Yeah.
Like, sis, I'm going through it too.
We struggling. We all struggling, but we gonna struggle together. And then, you know, you struggling, I'm struggling. We gonna lock arms and we just gonna make sure we keep each other up.
We gonna have one of those, what's it, kumbaya circles? The Shady Conversations circle, okay? We gonna get it popping. We gonna be on somebody beach somewhere looking real cute.
Exactly. Yep. With a nice. Yep. Bought it. And I said, pass it. Yeah, pass it. It's legal in Maryland, okay?
Listen, I can't even partake. I can't handle that. But, you know, I'm going to have me a drink in the corner while y'all do it. Okay, well, first and foremost, thank you, Sharissa, for joining us today and sharing your experience with struggling in silence.
Thank you for having me. I ain't struggling in silence no more.
I really hope that this is like the beginning for somebody out there to know that they don't have to do that themselves. And if they really need
You're not alone
to lean on, you can always hit me up and you can hit Sharissa up. But Sharissa, where can people find you?
Y'all can find me at C Shanice Skin. That's CSHANICESKIN on Instagram. Or you can find me at, you know, if you want to get a little bit more personal, because, you know, if you want to talk skincare, that's the one to find me on. But if you want to talk a little bit more personal and get into, you know, a little nitty gritty, you want to have a chat, be my bestie, you can find me at Strawberry Risa. STRAWBAE.RISSA. Strawberry Risa. Like, you know, like a little margarita. Strawberry Risa.
She's healed, y'all.
Tall glass of healthy. Period.
I promise she's healed. A tall glass of healthy. There you go. Strawberry Risa. As we wrap things up, I just want to thank all of today's listeners for sharing space with me today. If today's conversation spoke to you, I hope you give yourself permission to sit with it, speak on it, and heal through it. Remember, she has an intentional destiny yielding, and this journey, it's yours to own. Don't forget to subscribe, share, leave a review, and follow us on Instagram and YouTube at That's So Shaina. If you're ready to be a guest or a sponsor, tap in. We're building this platform together. Until next time, stay shady, stay grounded, and keep the conversations going.